Hello and welcome, all friends and devotees of yoga and Buddhist reflections, Buddhist meditations, Buddhist teachings. Today is June the 18th, 2019, Tuesday. I'd like to proceed with the treasure of wisdom from the Venerable Master Singyung, the founder of Fo Guangshan, one of the largest Buddhist organizations in the world. He writes, "We all have limitless potential, boundless potentials. Like the minerals buried deep in the mountains, such as gold, silver, bronze, like the many minerals buried, just a typographical error. Like the many minerals buried deep in the mountains, such as gold, silver, bronze, and iron. Sometimes, because people are lazy or do not know their inherent gifts, they just fail to develop their potential. This is really regretful. Okay? It's regrettable. Actually, our life depends on how we explore and develop the limitless potential inside of us. The following ways we'll develop our potentials. Okay? Master Singyung is telling you how to develop your potentials. 1. The first treasure, golden keys. Take a pen, take a paper, try to take notes. We can expand our physical potential through training, the discipline of training. Train. For instance, we can increase how much we are able to carry through strength training. In lifting weights, some people can only start with 20, 30, or 50 pounds weightlifting. However, as they train over time, they can lift 100 or 200 pounds. This is how one develops potential. After this potential is developed, our bodies will be able to carry more weight. Moreover, we can also train gradually in developing other skills in areas such as swimming, running, or rock climbing. Therefore, physical potential can be tapped through training. Physical potential can be tapped through training, allowing us to carry more or go further. Okay, 2. We can increase our mental potential to make judgments and decisions. We can increase our mental potential to make judgments and decisions. Some people have a very sharp mind, while others are slower in reacting to situations. We can also develop our mental potential through training our mind. For instance, we can often ask ourselves, why? And go on to think of the answer. As we keep asking and answering our own questions, we will one day open up our minds and gain understanding. When we have wisdom and good reasoning, we will be able to bring our mental potential into full play, enabling us to tell right from wrong and decide what to give and what to take. Therefore, mental potential can be developed to make good judgments and good decisions. Okay? Just write down. That's what meditation is for. Write down notes. You take notes in class. You leave this class, you go back home, settle down quietly, instead of fighting with family, siblings, parents, brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, fighting your kids or your wife, your spouses. Right? You go into your room quietly and meditate. What are you meditating upon? Wisdom. The wisdom you learned in this online class. Right? You come to class, you pick up some wisdom, you go back home and reflect. Then you improve your family. Make your wife better, make your husband better, make your kids better, make your parents better, make your siblings better, make everyone better, make the world a better place. Right? You go around the world today, you're going to see a lot of people fighting with their spouses and beating up their spouses and beating up their children. You see violence. All these unnecessary fighting wars within nations, okay, killings and everything. It's the same time using all this wastage. Instead of all that nonsense, all that time should be used in reflecting upon the statutes, reflecting upon wisdom, meditating upon wisdom, the vastness, the profoundness of these great things. Don't you know it takes time? The same time while we're doing nonsense is the same time you invest in these treasures, right? To improve and benefit your own self. Think about this a little bit. The time you spend in picking a quarrel with wife or husband, beating them up or beating your kids up, that time you should be locked in your room thinking about deep things. What are the deep things? These very matters. You see the secret? By doing that, you are improving yourself and benefiting your own life. Okay? 3, I read on. Just consider that. Take the third point. We can extend our emotional potential to become more considerate of others and willing to sacrifice for them. Some people are more sensitive emotionally, while others are more rational and emphasize reasoning. Of course, it is best if we are rational and can still be sensitive at the same time. People who are sensitive and easily moved and can generate empathy for the suffering of others, they are considerate of those around them and often look at matters from a humanistic point of view. It is thus easy for them to get the approval and support of others. We all have the potential to be sensitive. This involves training, discipline, training ourselves to have compassion, patience, and consideration for others, and to practice making sacrifices and contributions. When we develop our emotional potential, we are more likely to commit ourselves to serving and benefiting all sentient beings. Final point, the 4 golden treasure. Number 4, golden treasure. The 4th, golden treasure. Okay, all these are similar terms for describing the same thing. We can train, we can discipline, we can train our mental potential, our own mental potential, right? Tips. That's all it is. I'm just giving you tips. A couple of tips, I have them. Use them to benefit yourself, right? So just get a few tips here. Hints makes life easier. Okay, the 4th golden treasure. We can train our mental potential to become enlightened to life. Enlightened to life. Where are the true treasures in life? They are right inside our very mind. The treasures in life, they are right inside our very mind. Our mind field has endless treasures and potential, representing the Buddha nature inside each of us. If we can develop our inherent potential, we can become enlightened to life. We can distance ourselves from worry and realize endless life beyond. Endless life beyond birth or death. Thus, our mental potential can help us become enlightened to life. Now, we're going to summarize everything as we always do, right? Buddha started this great job of, really having concise, deliberately summarizing his teachings into a nutshell that is easy for you to penetrate, reflect, and meditate upon. People all have endless potential. There are many marathon runners, okay? World-class swimmers, marathon runners, world-class swimmers, and mountain climbers, mountaineering, about mountaineering, as well as many people with extraordinary skills. They are able to develop their potential and bring it into full play, which distinguishes them from ordinary people. That's called bringing yourself out of the crowd. There are certain people who can bring themselves out of the crowd. Distinguish yourself in what you do, in your business, by making that extra effort, taking that extra care You become distinguished in whatever you do. Thus, anyone who can develop his or her potential is truly a capable person. This is the summary. So you go and reflect and meditate upon these great principles of wisdom. Namo Amitofo.